So hey, remember that time when I said that I don't do very much DIY stuff because I don't have a garage? Well, this is one of those times where that won't apply. Today we're going to do some chain maintenance. This is what I can do. And what I found was shocking. Hit the intro. Okay, so I want to show you guys what I found that really disturbed me and, upset me pretty much. So, let me show you something. See this right there? That's a big old gap between my adjusting block and the adjusting bolt that forces the tire outward so that the chain has tension. And see that jam nut right there? That should have been up there locking everything into place instead of up against the actual adjusting nut. That's this side. Let's go to the chain side. Same thing here. There's that jam nut way off of the block. Now, I don't know what the heck is going on here, but this tire I just had put on not very long ago from a dealership. I can only assume they did this because when I do my own chain work, I don't have that problem. But I suspect that has something to do with what's happening here. Like, I never ever let my chain get that loose when I'm on top of it. So yeah, that's why I'm not going to ride it. Not until I get this fixed. And today is, I think, like the last really good weekend we're going to have for a while. And since I'm an outside guy, I got to do this now. Okay, with that cotter pin out, I'm using a 27 millimeter deep socket. Harbor Freight didn't want to sell regular sockets at a individually. I didn't really want to buy an entire set, so let's loosen this up a little bit. All right, I think that'll be good enough. There. That's I can't believe this. Let's get this back out to where it's at least hitting the adjusting block. Same thing with the other side, which, okay, the other side is hitting. That might be the only thing actually holding all this together, was that one on the other side. I really should have one of those bars that go across the top of the chain, but so far I've been doing pretty good with the stock markers that Kawasaki gives. That's crazy. Let's see, where are we at? We just move incrementally, lining up the hash marks with the lines on the swing arm on both sides, making sure they're even with each other from side to side so the tire's not cockeyed. I think I'll leave you here, and I'm going to go to the other side and make my adjustment there. Oh wow. Better, but not there. That's like right where the other side is where that mark is now. And I like that. Okay, so that's what I have. This pipe fitting wrench. Got it way back in school, in the HVAC school. Way back in the day in the HVAC school is where I got this from. And now we're going to tighten it all down and do what the dealership didn't do. There we go. And same thing on the other side. I'm going to leave it there for now, and I'll get on Amazon this week and order me one of these things, and if I have to come back and redo it and straighten it up, I will. But I think that's going to do it for the chain. And while we're here, let's check out the tires. Air pressure wise, cold is supposed to be 32 up front, 36 on the rear. So this is what I use for my carry along air pump. Use this company called Dynaplug. I also have a bunch of their plugs in case I need to repair a puncture in my tire. I've had this ever since the beginning, and I really like it. Small, compact, comes in its own little case, and plugs right into either my DC outlet up on top, but I use the battery tender cable for doing what I need to do. This is about the only thing I don't like. I mean, I get why they did this, but it's so tight and so coily, you can't, you know, it's not my favorite thing. I think I would have tried something different. A simple air pressure gauge. Let's just see what we need to do here. Ooh, not bad actually. Just a little over 34 pounds. I actually thought it was going to be less with the colder temperatures we've had this last week. Still, let's do it. Hopefully you can hear me. What's cool about this is it's got another little valve off to the side of the pump where you can check your air pressure while you're pumping. I know they've got other pumps and they might actually be better than this. This one I saw and picked up on the recommendation of another YouTube channel I followed, but they've since shut down. What were they called? Two Wheels Big Life, I believe. Okay, so she's 36.5 right now. I always give it just a little bit extra to account for the bleed off when I take the hose off the valve stem. All right, let's see what the front tire has to tell us. Yeah, about 3 pounds low, so let's hit it. Lest you all think that I forgot to torque down the axle nut, I did not. We're getting to that. We'll take this breaker bar and another on the other side just to make sure that axle doesn't start spinning on us. Almost there. There it is. We lined up. We are off just a skosh from the cotter pin hole. So give it a little bit extra. A little bit extra more. Come on. One more. Perfect. Okay. Put you back down in here. Holes are lined up, but my cotter pin tails are a little bit messed up. You're supposed to, I suppose, change cotter pins every time you do something like this. I've not yet had a problem personally, but I believe that's the right thing. The right thing that you're supposed to do is every time you take out a cotter pin and have to rebend it, it weakens it, and I believe you're supposed to replace it every time. So someone in my Kawasaki Riders group said they thought that both sides of the swing arm was supposed to have some kind of a cover. I wouldn't know this. I bought this used, and so it never had a cover or anything like that. And I've never done I don't want to say cosmetic changes to it or nothing like that. Every change I've done to it has been functional for me as a rider and not necessarily cosmetic to make it look pretty. So with that, let's lube up the chain. For that I use Mow Tool again, and I don't know, I'm almost out. I might have to run to the dealership again and get some more, or order some off good old Amazon. There we go. I got it. And let's grab our rag again and get rid of the excess here. Yeah, a lot of dirt accumulates on this poor bike. It said in one of my earlier videos, it's not a garage queen, that's for sure. do try to take care of her, but honestly, taking it to the car wash or hosing it down once a week isn't really a part of that. It's not a show bike, it's a work bike. Now, of course, there's exceptions made in the wintertime, salt, but we don't really use salt in Kansas anymore. Mainly just road dirt, road grime. And I do try to be more fussy about my chain than anything else, because that's pretty important. Bugs on my windshield don't bother me a whole lot. All right, let's put it back together. Not that there's a whole lot to do with that. One of the nice things about motorcycles is they are easy. I'll give them that. But I still don't like shade tree in it as much as I used to. That's just not something that's going to change. I don't like it. Don't like it like I used to. I don't know if I showed you before, but I absolutely love these because this bike already came with this passenger foot peg bracket, and these shad bags used the existing bracket. Nothing needed to be added to install them, so that was awesome. So we come right down here, you see that hook, put it in there and slide it in. Forgive my messy trunk. You got this little pull tab. See if I can do it with one hand. Yep, there it is. It's locked and secured. And then you lock that, and that keeps anybody from taking your bag, because they can't get it off without releasing that pull tab. All right, and there's my mess. Time to get everything cleaned up. You don't need to hang around for the cleanup. You saw what I did, but if you have any questions, let me know. But yeah, just remove the chain guard, saddlebags if you have them, pull the cotter pin, loosen up your jam nuts, tighten up your chain, clean it, lube it, put it all back together again. Not a terribly long process, but because I filmed this, it took like 4 times longer than it should have, but that's okay. If you guys got something out of it, great. I truly hope you did. Drop a comment, let me know what you thought. We'll see you on the next one.